Right now, the Earth is rotating at an equatorial speed of approximately 1,674 kilometers per hour. But imagine the lithosphere, the solid outer shell of our planet, were to suddenly lock in place and come to a complete, absolute halt. Take a look at this model. When the solid crust stops, the laws of physics, specifically the conservation of angular momentum, dictate that the objects resting on that crust do not. At the equator, everything from the oceans to the mountains to the buildings is currently moving eastward at 465 meters per second. When the ground stops, that kinetic energy is immediately unleashed, turning every loose object into a supersonic projectile. For 85% of the population living between 42 degrees north and 42 degrees south, this lateral shear hits with the power of a shockwave. You wouldn't experience a traditional fall. You and everything around you would be instantly launched horizontally, transforming a thriving biosphere into a global kinetic graveyard within seconds. Human engineering is designed primarily to withstand vertical loads and modest wind pressures. In densely packed equatorial cities like Quito, massive structures would immediately snap off their foundations and slide away as a slurry of concrete and steel, and the destruction escapes the surface level. The atmosphere is a gaseous mantle weighing 10 quadrillion tons, and it retains all of its original rotational momentum. The result is a global windstorm exceeding 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. These winds aggressively scour the planet down to the bedrock, ripping away thousands of years of topsoil and vegetation in minutes. As these supersonic winds drag across the newly stationary ground, the intense friction converts the atmosphere's kinetic energy into thermal energy. The air temperature spikes by hundreds of degrees almost instantly. The unarrested atmosphere acts as a dual weapon. It mechanically erases surface geography while simultaneously incinerating organic matter before the wind even has a chance to carry the ash away. The oceans, packing vast mass and very low internal friction, continue their eastward journey as well. They form a singular, unyielding wall of water traveling over 1,000 miles per hour. Every east-facing coastline gets hammered by a mythological storm surge, violently driving cold, deep ocean water far across the continental shelves. To understand what happens next, we have to look at this diagram showing the Earth's shape. Our planet is an oblate spheroid. The outward centrifugal force of its spin pushes an 8-kilometer-high bulge of ocean water right around the equator. The moment the rotation ceases, that outward centrifugal force drops to zero. Only the inward pull of gravity remains to dictate the shape of the planet. Without the spin holding it in place, this massive volume of equatorial water aggressively migrates outward, draining toward the north and south poles where gravity is strongest. This migration creates newly expanded polar oceans. High-latitude cities in the northern hemisphere, like Moscow, end up permanently buried under kilometers of water. As the water recedes from the planet's midsection, the ocean floor rises above sea level. This forms a continuous, unbroken equatorial megacontinent that cleanly divides the world into two distinct deep-water hemispheres. Our standard 24-hour cycle vanishes. In a stationary world, the length of a single solar day matches the time it takes the Earth to orbit the Sun, exactly 1 year. The sunward side of the planet bakes under continuous solar radiation for 6 straight months. Temperatures instantly climb past 100 degrees Celsius, cooking the soil and turning the new megacontinent into a hyper-arid, sterile wasteland. On the opposite side, the 6-month night causes temperatures to plummet toward absolute zero. Any moisture in the air freezes into massive glaciers, leaving behind a dark, frozen tomb completely devoid of biological activity. Look at this spherical temperature map. The only region capable of supporting liquid water is the terminator, a narrow, moving line of permanent twilight, bisecting the boiling day and the frozen night. But the Earth is still orbiting the Sun, which means this temperate band is never static. It continuously creeps across the planet's surface at roughly 4.5 kilometers per day at the equator. Static human civilization becomes impossible. Survival requires a forced, perpetual migration, a constant nomadic race through the ruins of the old world just to stay inside that narrow sliver of twilight. Deep underground, the Earth's rotation drives the Coriolis effect, organizing the convection of molten iron in the outer core and generating our protective magnetic field. Notice the core currents in this diagram. Without rotation, the organized loops of molten metal deteriorate into chaotic movements, causing the geodynamo to fail. As it dies, the magnetic shield lines surrounding the Earth steadily weaken, dissolving completely into the vacuum of space. Thousands of migratory species rely on magnetoreception, a biological ability to detect and navigate by magnetic fields. As the poles disappear, these animals lose their internal compasses and fly aimlessly into the frozen night or burning day, triggering a rapid mass extinction. Above the atmosphere, unshielded solar radiation cooks our orbital infrastructure. Furthermore, networks like GPS rely on rotational correction algorithms to function. Without the planet's spin, global timing and navigation systems instantly become perfectly engineered space junk. We lose our primary physical defense against the cosmos, forcing a permanent technological reset to a pre-industrial baseline for any humans left on the surface. Without a magnetic shield, the Earth faces sputtering. This is a process where unshielded solar wind, a stream of charged particles traveling at 1.6 million kilometers per hour, slams directly into the upper atmosphere, ionizing gases and violently stripping them away. Over millions of years, this triggers a multi-stage atmospheric collapse. The lightest gases, like hydrogen, escape first, breaking the water cycle, until eventually the solar wind depletes the remaining oxygen entirely. Eventually, our blue marble mirrors the surface of Mars, a barren, red, airless rock quietly drifting through the solar system. Yet one dynamic celestial force remains acting upon the dead planet: the Moon. As the Moon continues to orbit, its gravity pulls on the lumpy, stationary Earth. This slow, continuous tugging acts as a cosmic restart mechanism, gradually transferring the Moon's orbital angular momentum back into the Earth's crust. It is an incredibly slow exchange. It would take billions of years for this gravitational transfer to finally spin the Earth back up to a point of tidal locking, where one single day equals one lunar month. Celestial mechanics might, eventually, restart the physical spin, but the Earth as a living, breathing system, everything from the shape of the continents to the biology of a cell, was permanently extinguished the moment the ground stopped moving.